you're not on no hold, no
No,
hold.
no, I'm not on because I don't stream without co-hosts. You're the first one to show up, so we just went live.
Oh, oh, I see.
I was gonna give it till 8:15. No one showed up at 8:15. Canceled. So we're 4 minutes late, but that's okay because we're here.
Yeah, like I said, because of the fucked up machine.
Yeah. Well, although you actually showed, Brian and Lulu, on the other hand, I haven't heard from them.
Well, Brian, I have no idea. Lulu, I can semi understand.
Well, Brian, I mean, they both got busy things going, and they both, can't make it every week. So I'm just, put the feelers out there. And usually when you have three co-hosts, at least one shows up, and that has proven to work out again this week. So, on that note, it's time to browse out to my no longer redundant D drive. Well, actually, 99% of it's redundant because the other drive's sitting over in Yaw. But last week and this week's show is not being archived there. And we'll bring up the incidental music and we'll play the opening theme. That's not the right opening theme.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's the old opening theme.
And
Because, once again, it's that time. The time everyone has been waiting for. The time where I stall for time because I don't have the Jingle Palette up time. That's the time. But it's time for everyone's favorite internet radio show.
Insert title here.
The show that changes titles so often, we had to put a placeholder in. And I don't know where we are this week, but Venison is here.
talk about ego.
Talk about what?
Ego.
Well, come on, that's what we're about here. I mean, this is the number one all-original comedy network, the No Holds Barred Radio Network.
In the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell me a better all-original comedy network you know of.
Well, I'd rather not.
I mean, what? Let's see. Well, there's Def Con. Oh, wait. They're a wild, but no. Wait a minute. They're not. No,
Believe it or not, social crime is still around.
Social crime is still, yeah. But social crime is that's Pedge and Pedge and Pedge, but which nothing against Pedge. He does a great show. There's something. Speaking of Pedge, which he actually came up this past weekend. I had an interesting experience. I got to I went down to Jersey again this past weekend because yesterday was my dad's birthday, and so I drove down Friday night, and Saturday, Damon was finishing up his vacation, and he was vacationing down in Seaside, and I was down at the family beach house at Lavalette. And it's just like a 5 to 10 minute drive down the road to get from Lavalette to Seaside. So I got out the old phone. I sent Damon a text and said, "Hey, dude, what are you up to this morning?" And he's like, "I'm gonna go get a little breakfast." I'm like, "Want to go hang out in Boardwalk?" He's like, "Well, one small problem. My phone's only showing me a number. Who in the hell is this?" And and so once I told David, "Yeah, it's me, Gators," oddly enough, he did not block my number.
But you instantly?
He said, "Come on over." And so I drove down to the Boardwalk and spent let's see, I spent 4 hours chatting with Damon, just talking old NHB talk. And speaking of old, we got Brian Blues on the line.
I resemble that remark.
Yes, you did.
Hey, he made it.
Yeah, I was on the phone when you called. I go, "Oh crap!"
Oh crap! It's this asshole. This Jersey guy prick.
Right. Wait. I just
No
caught the
comment.
last bit of that. You were where when you bumped into Damon?
Well, I didn't bump into Damon. I knew he was going to be there. I was down the shore, and I knew
In
Damon
Jersey.
in Jersey. Yeah. What other shore
Oh,
is
I'll
there?
be down. What do you? You got him near Boston.
Yeah, that's not the shore. That's the beach.
Oh, finger.
Bam!
So you were there for the weekend or something?
Yeah. I go. Well, my dad's got
Okay.
the beach house, so I go for the weekend when I can in the summer. And plus, yesterday was my dad's birthday, so I always go that weekend.
Oh, well,
So-
good
Oh.
deal.
So
Hey,
So he's now 40, right?
he's 64.
Oh, he's a young guy.
I would have bought him a copy of Sergeant Pepper, but he already has one. But,
Well, you could at least play it, right?
oh yeah, well, yeah. Actually, no. He usually when I'm there, he has a pile of CDs and the iPod I gave him for his birthday a few years ago, and says, "Could you put these on this?" And that's why I brought the Windows laptop instead of the Linux laptop. And so yesterday's or this weekend's additions to the iPod was the Led Zeppelin Celebration Day, which is like the more recent live reunion concerts, and a various artists 60 CD, Paul McCartney, Band on the Run, and Venus and Mars. And what was the other one? There was another one. Oh, there was Gary Player and the Loose Boy. No, Gary Lewis and the Playboys.
Yeah.
okay. Question: when you went down
Huey
to,
Lewis in the news, right?
was that Sunday?
I drove down Friday. I drove back Sunday. Yeah, yesterday.
Hey, by the way, I stopped
you met Damon.
at Fry's
Yeah,
up in Concord this afternoon
yeah.
and looked at the CD rack, which is about, they're down to about 15 feet long or so.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was like 2 or 3 CDs. No, 1 or 2 CDs in each bin. And there were some gaps where there were none. It's
Ooh.
like, holy crap, their inventory is nothing
Yeah, they're pretty
than
much.
what it is. But then, and they did have some vinyl
Yeah, they just
because
still have
that's still
vinyl.
popular.
Yeah, vinyl.
But there's that section in the front. I don't know if you've been to the Concord one, where you have the CDs are there now, and they used to have video game stuff, PCs,
Mhm.
Xbox One, PS4,
Atari
and
2600.
Nintendo Switch.
Right.
Everything else is gone, and the inventory of each game system is very minimal.
Wow, Fry's not long for this world.
And then I scooted around to the electronic parts and the computer parts, and the same thing. They have these full shelves. These racks with empty hooks and just a couple of things on each hook. So inventory is way down. I mean, it's like they thinned it out on purpose and spread things out so it looked like there was inventory. But no, who's fooled? You know how Fry's is. You walk in, and in the aisles they have piles of stuff to go through. There was hardly any.
Wow, that's
It's like, hey, this is a company going down the tubes.
what I do know is
There
that
was hardly any.
wow, that's wait.
Blame Trump.
Sorry, I'm just bringing up the chat. So Dune goes over in Nyaw. Social crime is not around. Links to Twitter that does not exist. And then I don't know what he said wow to, but Dune said wow to something. And the Gimp chimed in. Oh, hey, crew.
The Gimp?
Yeah, the Gimp is listening on the YouTubes. Twitch is also up.
Gimp?
Yeah, the Gimp. Sorry, that was Twitch just starting to go in. And Ready for 09 writes in Sarge. And Noob Slayer writes in, shout out to my friend Nick. Are he sick? And Reddy writes in, that DUI ain't been my fault, Sarge. Congrats. So
Who are all these people?
these are people that are writing in through Twitter and through YouTube.
But do you know these people?
Well, I know the Gimp and I know Dune. I don't know if I
Yeah.
know the people over on Twitch because they just might be screen names for people I do know or people I don't know, or other.
Well, welcome to the gig.
Yes,
Right?
yes, we're glad to have viewers here. So yes, I met up with Damon on Saturday, and
Cool.
here's the thing,
Oh, Saturday.
because Dune and I decided that this whole like Damon retiring from the network just is not cool with us, and we're revoking that retirement. And so we've been calling Damon and leaving him messages, letting him know that he's now the general manager of the No Holds Barred Radio Network. And so I had a chance to confront him and say, "How come you're not returning our calls?" And it turns out there's a very good reason he's not been returning our calls. The reason he's not been returning our calls is because when we call with Skype, there's no caller ID that he could use, and he doesn't know our phone number because we never leave it on the messages. And that is why our general manager has not been calling us back. So he's like, "I'd call you back, but I don't know your number." I'm like, "Well, it's on the website." Oh, wait.
But he knew he was calling, so why doesn't he, get you on Twitter?
Well, what? Call Twitter? 1-800-TWITTER?
No, leave a message on Twitter.
Well,
Doesn't he know how to do that?
yeah, but that would require
He's on
effort.
Twitter,
Yeah,
right?
That would require effort.
Calling is an effort, isn't it?
So the GIMP writes in that he's no longer going by the GIMP and that he's going by his real name.
Yeah, but aren't you seeing him as Gimp?
No. I'm seeing him as Stephen St. Peter Jr., which is his real name.
Oh, I see. So you've been just calling him Gimp.
Well, that's his name.
Hello, Stephen.
How many years have we known you as the GIMP? You can't just decide all of a sudden to. I kid. But anyways, so I wasn't sure what to get my dad for his birthday. I've been forever living in the shadow of the iPod, because about like 3 years ago or so, I gave my dad an iPod for a birthday gift, and he's been listening to it nonstop since. And my siblings were all like jealous, like, "Oh my God, how you got him the perfect gift." But my stepmother's always like, "Oh, he's always listening to that thing. It was a great gift." He bought accessories. He plugs it in the car. He plugs it in the radios. He always he's and I've yet to come up with an equally good gift ever since then. That's the problem of coming up with a good gift. You're then forever trying to find another good gift. And so this year I gave him a original Johnny Gators painting, and actually he liked it. He
either liked it or he's lying.
Well, the last painting I did of the crashing wave on the dark canvas that I took the picture of.
Yeah.
I gave him that one, so it looks half decent. And I told him that my paintings are great for bathrooms or for oh damn it, Venison, can you stay on the headset?
It's because of that thing. I'm still setting things up here. Sorry about that.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, so yeah, I recommended, well, it looks great in a bathroom or in a closet, and he said, no, we're not going to put that in a bathroom or a closet. We're going to put it right here, right on the fridge. That way no, he didn't say that. That's what I thought he should have said. But no, I think he's actually going to find a spot in the shore house to hang this thing. So
Hey.
there you go. I guess that worked out good. Now the question is, can I keep giving him paintings every year for his birthday? Or is that eventually going to get old? What says you, Brian?
I don't know.
You don't know.
He's gonna probably act grateful
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. Anyways, so Stephen St. Peter said that he had to rebrand himself and has been doing great. 140 subs. Well, if you go to a Subway and you say, I'll take 140 subs, you'd get 140 subs. That was lame. I'm not even going to give myself a drum fill for that one. That gets the groan right there. Do I still have a groan? There it is. All right. So, Brian, how was your week?
Oh, busy. Of course, it's been hot here. It's just cooled off. Yesterday and today.
It was hot.
So
today.
we went to the beach house in a kind of late part of the week and got back yesterday.
I see. That's cool. Yeah, it got hot here today. It was up to 90, and even though it's like cooling, it's gross. It is humid as hell. But hey, that's what air conditioning is for. So I'm sitting in the window unit in front of me. That's going good. Yeah. So, anyways, I sat down with Damon, as I said, and we really, talked out kind of a general overview of the history of the No Holds Barred Radio Network, because I'm hoping to interview a lot more people. Now, this was not an official interview, although I did record much of it on my phone with a cheap app while sitting on the boardwalk with people going by and rides running in the background. So it's not audio that's very useful. Well, if people listen to this show, actually, it probably sounds better than this show. Anyways, yeah, I'm hoping we're gonna do some more interviews. I'm gonna try to track down people and try to put together a series of podcasts, a podcast series of the history of No Holds Barred Radio. And Jose writes in, Damon's on the phone. No, he's not. He's not. Well, he might be on the phone, but not with us. But yeah, no, it was a good conversation, and actually, parts of that recording I might want to bring up at some point, because we did talk some of our drama out, and I mean we've talked it out. We hold no grudges against each other. We still think that we were pricks to each other, but I think we've conceded that we were both pricks to each other, and that's why we justified being pricks to each other. Talking about the whole exactly. And I mean, one thing I gotta say is that whole the real No Holds Barred Radio, when I rebranded the show the real No Holds Barred Radio, the only reason I did that was for two reasons. One, it pissed off Damon, to which Damon started to say, no, I didn't. I'm like, oh, come on. Every week when you called me in and told me about how angry you weren't, I knew how angry you were. And he's like, okay, all right. Keep back down a little. And Damon's pissed off when he keeps telling you he's not pissed off. That's a huge sign that you've succeeded in pissing Damon off. But the other reason was because it was a joke, and if I didn't have a joke that worked with it, I wouldn't have done it. And of course, the joke is that it was.
There we go.
It was mocking the. Remember when there was the animated version of the Ghostbusters that was based off of the movie? Had to call themselves the real Ghostbusters to be different from the other animated Ghostbusters. That's what I was referencing with that whole the real NHB Radio, and I even lifted the part of the Ghostbusters, that wording of the real, for my logo for the real NHB Radio show. Oh, Stephen St. Peter is volunteering to be interviewed. Yeah, I think we could do that at some point. I do have a lot of other people to work through on the list. I gotta track down Mike Ellis. We gotta track down Neighbor Dyke. We gotta track down the Rite Aid hippie chick. We gotta figure out where Trey Dog has wandered off to. Who else we gotta track down? We gotta find Blue. We must find Blue. It just won't be complete. Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't either.
You don't think I'm going to find Blue?
I don't know if you put her and Sloan together in case you track him down.
No, Sloan I could track down. Sloan's trackable. Now, Venison, did you actually hear the legendary Sloan broadcasts when Blue was still living there?
Yeah.
Because those were never recorded. If you didn't hear them live, you ain't hearing them. And I've only heard rumors or supposedly it was quite legendary how explosive those shows got.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, supposedly what happened is Sloan and Blue had their official forever breakup live on Sloan's show, which involved a lot of screaming, a lot of stuff being thrown. And it was the following week that Griff McReynolds started recording Sloan's shows, which was too late, but that is why we have the earliest Sloan recordings that we have, because from that point on, Griff started recording them, but he didn't record the one with Blue. So,
yeah, I had a few recordings too, but unfortunately, most of them are missing.
Oh, that's too bad. Because the earliest recording I have of Sloan, he actually references that listeners were sending him recordings of himself. And I don't have those recordings, and Sloan doesn't have those recordings, and they weren't full show recordings, they were just segments. But the earliest Sloan recording has Sloan mentioning that he was receiving other recordings of himself, which means recordings earlier that existed at one point in time. Everyone says ask Griff, but Sloan gave us everything that Griff has, so I don't know who else was sending Sloan those recordings. Now, Stephen St. Peter writes in, yes, I remember the big fight. So he was listening there too. So we might need to get some people who were. That's the thing is, I need to talk to people that heard the fight and get their account of that and work that into it. Although I think Sloan can give us his account of the fight.
Oh yeah, I bet he could.
I bet he could. Chris, the thing that Damon brought up is what's unpredictable is what version of Sloan are we going to get when we sit him down to interview? Is he going to interview as Jeremy Clovis, or is he going to interview as my name is Sloan? What are we going to get? That's that, and that could be interesting. I'm hoping we get a combination of both. Personally, well, first of all, I just hope he'll sit down for an interview with me.
Oh wow!
Speaking of interviews,
wait a minute. I just remembered this. I think I got the original recording of the microwave bit.
Well, we all have that.
Did you record it?
And
when it happened?
Damon's replayed the entire episode. He's got.
Oh yeah, that's a replay. I'm just saying that for the hell of it. I got the original.
Right. I mean, Damon's got the master recording. He's gonna give me his archive. So I do have access to that audio.
Yeah, but you don't get it. Never mind.
But this was recorded live from your laptop.
Yeah. No, I didn't have a laptop then.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was on the good machine, the desk, big old black desktop.
But this could, now the question is, who's going to interview me when it's time to cover the amateur hour?
Who?
Uh-oh.
Do I interview myself? Does that work, or should I get? I wonder if once I get to that point, I should get someone else to produce the episode about me. But I don't know.
Well, do it like Jon Stewart interviewing Colbert on Colbert's show. You just switch chairs.
I just switched chair. Well, I only have one chair, though.
Well, no, switch chairs with the person that's on the other end. Like me, I could interview you.
But then I'd have to fly to California, and you'd have to fly to Boston.
It would be virtual switching chairs.
Oh, you mean we would mail our chairs to each other?
Since we don't have video here, in fact, being interviewed, you'd be the only guy that we can see on YouTube.
Well, we're going to work that out.
But I would do the inventory. I would do the interview.
Hopefully by then we have video.
Oh, I know. Okay. But no, I'd be happy to do the interview.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll work that out. I think I want to.
In fact, that would be fun. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, no, really, seriously.
No.
I want to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Steven St. Pierre running in Sloan was a loose cannon for sure. I often worried about Mariah, Blue, and Dyke, and Jeremy's anger at, well, we don't want to go too deep into that. But, Brian, you were starting to say?
So speaking of interviews, did you see the interview by Anderson Cooper on CNN of Stephen Colbert?
No, I haven't caught that yet.
Or did you hear about it? Did you hear about it?
No, I haven't heard about that.
I haven't heard about it either.
It was just done the other day.
Huh.
You know, I just saw it last night, but I think it was a replay. It may have actually occurred on Friday or Saturday. But especially you, and Venison would probably like it as well, but you would really like it because there's two aspects of it. One is talking about, you know, how Trump's election really made him what he is. And it goes into a lot of detail. But the other part is he talks about his, and this is why I think you'll like this, Jonathan, his views as a recovering Catholic.
Well, I thought he was still practicing, though. Recovering Catholic is
well,
one that kind of no longer practices.
Well, he admits that he doesn't go that much.
So he's not a practicing Catholic. Well, he does attend confession on the show from time. I guess it doesn't count since there's no priest there.
That's a let's call it that's comedy.
That's
and he's asking the audience for forgiveness. Okay.
Well, the audience can feel it as a priest, right?
Right.
Right. That totally works. Well, he speaks
anyway. So
to God from time to time.
I think you'd be very interested in that.
No, I'll
you would
check it
really
out.
be.
All right, I'll check it out.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's on you if it's not on YouTube.
Oh, I think I see about 3 or 4 links right now after Googling it. So yeah, I'll check that out.
Right.
Now that is interesting.
Or if you're on Comcast on demand, it'll be on demand. You get the whole thing, not just clips.
Okay.
We ain't got Comcast here, and I don't have CNN because my cable company's cheap.
It'll be interesting to see what Colbert does if God willing, Trump is defeated this time around. I mean, it could go either way, really, at this point.
There'll be a celebration.
But, I mean...
Well, the question is will there be some Republican that'll step up to the plate and run against him in the primaries?
I've already read that there's some talk of that. I don't think it's going to gain enough traction to do anything.
Scaramucci is trying to dig somebody up.
I was just gonna say the Mooch is trying to get a group together to bring down Trump. But I mean, since when has the Mooch been relevant? I mean, he wasn't even relevant when he was in Trump's cabinet. He
was relevant for 11 days.
He was basically he was. The problem is what most people don't understand is when they say that the Mooch was in Trump's cabinet, that was actually not figuratively, that was literal. If you went into the White Office kitchen and opened up the cabinet, you had the box of cornflakes, box of Cheerios, there's the Mooch kind of chowing down on a bowl of cereal, and then some cornflakes, and I think there might have even been some Special K in there. And that was about the extent of the Mooch's experience being in Trump's cabinet. No laughs on that one. No. What does the studio audience say?
I think we were just agreeing with you, as if that was fact.
That very well may have been fact, actually.
That's the funny part. You thought you were funny, but you weren't. You were being factual.
I was just reporting the news. The Mooch was hanging out in Trump's cabinet, and Chris Christie might have been over in the next cabinet where the snacky cakes are kept.
Right.
Stuffing himself with some Twinkies and Ho-Hos. Trump's not interested in the ho-hos. He only wants the hose. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Is that running water or sizzling bacon? Okay.
I don't know. It's funny though.
I have the greatest co-hosts. They really add a professional sound to the, I should have just streamed live from the boardwalk. It would have sounded just as good as this. It's too bad I didn't think of that. Yeah. Well, actually, there was a few points in the conversation where I'm like, okay, we're going to stop recording. All right, let's talk about this topic for a little bit. Okay, we're going to start recording again. Those are the fun topics. But, yeah. It'll be interesting. And I had a chance to talk politics with my dad, too. And that was interesting. You know, because my dad's like, you know, talking like that there's too many candidates for the Democrats that they need to, you know, be grooming someone. And I'm like, dude, that's exactly what we don't want. You know, we want the people to choose a candidate. We don't want it last time around. Like and he goes, but that realistically, that's how I'm like, yeah, but I don't embrace that system.
Well, you want the.
I don't want the party to choose the candidate.
You want a clear leader before people vote, or set of leaders. So drop it down to maybe 5 people.
But this is what primaries are for.
Yeah, but you don't need 20 people to be voting for. You want to have 5 good people.
All right.
I mean, Hickenlooper, who was he again? Okay, he dropped out. Great, because I wasn't going to waste my time on him.
I think that was Hickenlooper that just dropped out.
Who can hook a rug? Whatever the guy's name.
Hickenlooper.
Right? Hickenlooper.
I don't know. Wouldn't it be fun to have a president named Hickenlooper, though?
Yeah, but he's got to be able to get the votes.
Well, with a name like Hickenlooper, it's got to be a good president. No? No, nothing? No.
Yeah, okay. I would have laughed if it was funny.
Well, no, I was mocking the old, like, with a name like Smucker's, it's got to be good jam. You know, it's like the name is bad, yet the product sells.
Yeah,
so
I got it.
It's got to be good.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I think Saturday Night Live did it better when they were doing the advertisement with a name like Painful Rectal Itch. It's got to be good jam. But, you know, every now and then, Saturday Night Live had a funny joke. And unfortunately, or fortunately, it's the funny moments that everyone remembers. So everyone thinks like, oh my God, Saturday Night Live, it used to be so funny. And then you buy like or rent the box sets of every entire episode of the early seasons, and you try to watch them, and that's when you find out that no, there was a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, by the 5th Land Shark skit, I was ready to. I don't know. I was ready to go find the old cast and feed them to real sharks, and go, here's your land shark. Got your land shark right here. I mean, it was barely funny the first time. We did not need 5 land shark skits. First of all, sharks can't knock on doors. Second of all, if someone opens the door for a shark, they have... I don't know what second of all is. They're just going to find a shark flapping around without water. They're not going to get eaten. That's my big complaint about early Saturday Night Live, was the land shark sketch. I could not stand it.
I liked it.
Oh, and you weren't even smoking pot.
But it would
Sometime.
it would just show up and do it, and then they were done, and things would move on.
Sometimes was all right.
But they did it every fucking week.
Well, a lot of people liked it. Sorry,
How about
didn't.
how about John Belushi's Samurai, whatever he was?
Okay, that's funny.
That was funny.
That was
and
funny.
that was repetitive, but I mean, of course, he was pretty damn good. So
Yeah, but there was a lot of there was. And the thing is that, like, especially in the early season, they were still finding themselves. I mean, there was not that I'm saying it was an awful episode, but it was not what you consider a typical Saturday Night Live episode. The first season episode that Paul Simon hosted, it was basically, an hour of Paul Simon sing songs. I think there was just one sketch in there of Paul Simon playing basketball, which was barely funny. Okay, it's cool. Paul Simon playing songs, brings out Garfunkel for a few songs. Garfunkel smiles because he's actually going to get a check, and then he leaves, and Paul Simon sings some more songs.
Wow.
And fun was had by all.
Cheeseburger, 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 Coke.
Hey, anybody watching that Cola Wars special that was on, what was it, History Channel?
I don't have
The
that
what?
channel either.
They actually put a documentary on. It was on. It aired yesterday on the Cola Wars.
well, they have the thing on the history of food. Was there an episode of that series? It's a little mini series.
I don't know. It was just a special on the Cola Wars, and they advertised
Okay.
it. And so I have one of these streaming services that I pay for, and History Channel is one
Yeah.
of the channels available on there. So I'm able to just on demand watch it. So I've been watching that.
Because they've had this thing about the Food That Made America series,
Mhm.
which
Oh, yeah,
starts
that
off
too.
with Kellogg and Hershey's and Heinz.
Well, Kellogg's was based on eating boring flakes so that you wouldn't masturbate.
Well, yeah, but if there were two brothers, one
It didn't help.
was the clinic and the other was just the cereal maker. He says, "Hey, we can make money at this stuff." So
It
he did.
didn't work.
It didn't. You ate the cornflakes and you still jerked off.
Yeah.
While you were doing it.
Those are some sexy cornflakes, man. Oh, baby.
Actually, they started with granola.
Yeah, that was the days when I was still doing like 5 or 6 times a day.
Damn.
Just think how many times a day if you didn't have the cornflakes.
I didn't eat them that much. I ate them, but not that much.
Well, I mean, you had a lot of
I was
posters to
bored.
get to stick to the wall, so I mean, you gotta,
But Venison, you do watch BattleBots, right?
Oh yeah.
I only watched the very end, and it was pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The last like three fights.
Yeah, the thing that got me is no. Yeah, Tombstone. He got beat up.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah, it was. It's like, holy crap.
People were in shock. Oh God. And who the fuck are these people? I'm getting a robocall from somewhere. It's a weird number.
okay, all right.
And then
your
when
number.
and then when I call it, I don't call it back.
No.
If I deny it, it just goes to voicemail. They call the voicemail. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, when you die a call, that's what it typically does, is go to the voicemail.
Not all the time.
You know
No,
what's,
these guys waited for a while and then they called it.
what's annoying to me is I'm still on job hunting lists, and I'm not sure how to get off of all of them because I'm still getting emails, calls, and sometimes texts about job opportunities.
There's no like on the email. Is there an unsubscribe button?
Some of them there are, some of them there not. I got on so many lists, and I didn't try to prevent that from happening, because when you're looking for a job, you want to get them all.
Exactly.
And now it's like this irreversible machine that has been put into motion. And
Right.
What's most annoying is the ones that you can barely understand them, and they make themselves as obnoxious as they can. They send you the email, they call you, you send it to voicemail, they call you a second time, you send it to voicemail, they leave a voicemail, and then they text you. And they're like, hey, I just left you a voicemail letting you know that I sent you an email about this great job opportunity in Dallas. It's like...
So what cracks me up is that I changed rather than saying I'm retired, I changed my employment to self-employed, and then I'm told that I have several coworkers that you want to link to them.
You're self-employed.
Apparently,
and
they don't get the concept.
They
coworkers that I don't know about. When did I hire these people?
Well, you never know. I mean, what, do you got a kid that does the lawn?
Not a kid.
No, but figuratively. Or you hire a service, or you hire a neighborhood kid?
No, I have a guy that has a service.
Ah. And well, there you go. There's an employee. Or that's independent contractor, I guess, is what that would fall under.
Yeah, I'm paying
for
quote unquote
for
a company
purposes. Yeah.
And the old guy isn't doing the work anymore. He's basically retired.
I see.
But he does have a guy that's probably in his 30s that.
So you pay a guy that pays another guy to do. This is ingenious, right here.
Of course, that's how companies work.
I could do that. I could sit around and do nothing but collect money to pay other people to do my work.
See, there you go. Well, but the work though is in the background, making sure the bills are paid.
Well, if people are paying me,
and actually making payroll to pay the guy that's working for you.
Well, the trick is to pay the guy that's working for you less than you were getting paid to do the same thing.
Of course.
Just like the big corpse.
In fact,
we could be evil too.
In fact, an outfit like Merry Maids, where they send someone that works for them to clean your house, they're more expensive than if you just hire somebody that lives in the area.
Well, duh.
That's always been the case. But mowing lawns, I'm surprised that he doesn't want more money, but.
You'd pay him more. So right out there, if you're mowing lawns in California, start charging more. You heard it here first. He'll pay it.
Yeah. Oh yes, because we had a lawnmower service, back in Jersey, and we go to the next door neighbor's house. I don't know what he charged, but he charged pretty penny. And even when I didn't have any money, I said, "Can you do at least a front yard?" And it's like, cost me $25.
That's for a one-shot deal?
Yeah.
That's not bad, though. Okay, so I pay this guy, I think it's like $120 a month, and he comes once a week, right? So some months have 4 weeks and some have 5, right?
Right.
And he mows the lawns, goes around with the blower, and he'll clip some of the bushes, right? Once in a while, if it's a big job, he'll say, I can't do this within the service that I give you. So if I could cut this bush and charge you extra, because that's a lot more work. It says, okay, how much do you want for it? Okay, that'll be a couple $100. Okay.
I see.
But if I was just doing the lawn, it's like $120 a month.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Not bad. What in the heck? So I was just looking at what's going on in the news that we could report this week, and I had to click on this. I think someone took the pants optional suggestion of the show a little too far. There are some things that require pants. Even in Kentucky, there are some things that require pants. Now, I know they do things a little differently in the South, but still, really, pants. A woman told Bowling Green police that a man at Sugar Maple Square was naked, turned towards her, and shook his body, making his penis shake. That's not how you do the Macarena.
Doing the waggle.
It's not how you do the Macarena.
Or the masochism tango.
It's hand in hand, up, crossing over on the head, down there. Oh, I guess you do shake your penis. Never mind. My bad. The same woman also said the man walked into a coin-operated laundry nude. A small child was present. No! No! Make sure there's no children in the laundromat before you go in naked.
Yeah, that'll happen.
When police made contact with Daryl Morgan, 55,
Made
Friday
contact?
morning.
Made contact?
That's a weird way to put it.
Damn.
They carried him
I'm going
away.
to step away.
They grabbed him by the dick and pulled him away. That's one way to get him to follow you. When police made contact with Daryl Morgan, 55, Friday morning at the shopping center, he told police that he didn't know why he took off his clothes, according to the arrest citation. Do you really need a reason? He said he becomes sexually aroused from exposing himself. Yes, but
one of those.
at least have the common courtesy to make sure there's not children present before taking your clothes off and shaking your genitals at people.
Bizarre.
It's the
Exhibitionist.
least you can do. Morgan also told police he has sexual thoughts involving children. No!
So how old is this guy?
55.
Dang.
Morgan said when he released from the hospital, let's see. Morgan was cited on. Well, I skipped over that whole thing. One day prior to this arrest, Morgan was cited on a public intoxication charge and treated at a local hospital. Morgan said when he was released from the hospital, he hid in a dumpster near a church to avoid the children, and said he was attracted to them, according to his citation. So he hid in the dumpster to avoid the children that he was attracted to. But then he took his pants off. Morgan's roommates told police that he has been naked on a previous occasion. Wait. He's been naked more than once? On Fair Street, in front of children. No! Okay, this is not a funny story anymore. Fuck you, dude. If you're gonna be naked, be funny about it. Don't do it around children. Damn it! No one knows how to properly be a pervert anymore.
Well, can't blame dancing naked.
How are we supposed to read funny news stories if you're gonna go do stupid stuff like that around children? Come on, you ruined a perfectly good opportunity for funny news. You had to go take it out in front of children.
Well, that could have been just a mistake. I mean,
No.
he was trying to avoid it by jumping into the dumpster.
Yes, but then he also said that he's aroused by the children, so it's like
Okay, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, no, that's a bit sick, is what that is.
Well, okay, you picked the word.
Disgusting?
There you go.
There we go. We'll go with disgusting.
Oh, motherfucker! Who are these people?
Oh no, what now?
Another call from the same number. But try to figure this out. What the hell does plus 32-350 mean?
Plus 42 You know what? I had that problem once. And
Country code?
No, because there's not enough digits there still. I mean, plus suggests a country code, but you don't have a full phone number.
No, you don't. And I can't call
Well,
them back.
look up what was the first those two digits again?
Plus 32. And it's in Spanish. They call in Spanish and they leave a message in Spanish.
Are you sure that's Spanish? Because plus 32 is Belgium. What do they speak in Belgium? Wait, isn't that Flemish?
Yeah.
So maybe it's Flemish?
No, it's definitely Spanish.
Okay.
Well, sometimes these are routed all over the place, so you don't really know where they come from. Actually, I had a call. Oh, when my brother was in Italy, he called with his Connecticut area code 203.
Right.
And the phone decided the 20 was a country code, which is, I think, Egypt. So it said I was being called from Egypt.
So because the area code,
but he was really in
really
in Italy,
right? Because the area code of 203 called you from Europe. It automatically went international call with a U.S. number and just formatted it like an international call, and did a plus in front of
right.
Interesting, but there still should be more than 5 numbers in there, so the plus might the plus might be a red flag, is what I think Brian has clued us into here. I
can't even call him up and tell him leave me alone.
Well, see, the thing is that his number didn't have a plus in it, so I think it just guessed.
Right. So ignore
what it should be.
So ignore the plus, basically.
Right. And just went with, hey, this is a country code.
Well, I had 2 problems.
And then there's not enough digits.
Well, I had 2 problems with the Tharco phone. Problem 1 with the Tharco phone was I was getting a bunch of phone calls from 5-digit numbers, and you can't call them back. They can ring my phone. Now, a lot of times 5-digit numbers are text numbers, but my phone was ringing from 5-digit numbers, and it was always at odd times that I could not get the phone in time. They were usually ringing the phone at 3 in the fucking morning, waking me up. And by the time I pick it up, they were gone. And so I called the phone provider, and I said, I'd like you to block these numbers. Could you block these numbers? And they said, no, we can't do that. But we can change your number. And I said, I don't want to change my number. I just changed my number not that long ago. I don't want to change it again. You're the fucking phone company. You can't fucking block it. Well, your service.
I'm sorry. Was this a phone? Was this a cell phone or a home phone?
It was a cell phone through Tharco. It was a Tharco company phone.
Oh, the Tharco suit. Yeah. Okay. And they didn't have a way for you to block it directly?
No, they had no ways for me to block numbers from calling. And they said my only option was to change the number, and so I changed the number. And they very
but that was the Tharco phone, right?
And they changed the number.
Oh, bizarre. Okay.
And so then they changed the number to a number that was previously retired by some nice young lady that was trying to ditch an ex-boyfriend, I think. Because then
So then he started calling.
Well, he started texting. He would get drunk, and he'd be looking for some action, and so he sent me some texts to the effect of, "Oh baby, I need to feel you one last time," and he'd start texting room numbers of hotels, and every time I said you got the wrong number, he'd pick a fancier hotel. To text. I don't know how he was coming up with these room numbers.
So then you said, "Okay, meet you there, and good luck."
Well, at 3 a.m, the only thing I could think of was to text obscenity, to text curse words back at him. I am not the fucking person you're looking for, you fucking idiot. Oh, come on, baby, one more time. So when I woke up the next morning angry at my lack of sleep and this situation where I may yet again have to change my damn number just after people figured out this number. I called the number, and our hungover guy was still sleeping, not picking up the phone. So I left him a very angry voicemail message to the effect of, "You better fucking stop texting me. You don't want me to come meet you at your hotel rooms. I'm not the person you're looking for. You text me again, I will report you to the police for harassment. Believe me, I'm not the person you want to be texting."
Did you at least say the phone was changed?
I made that perfectly clear by not being a woman, but I never.
You don't know that.
Never heard from him again. That stopped it right there. There's nothing.
There you go.
Nothing like an angry phone call from a dude to get someone to stop texting you booty calls.
Right.
So, a problem solved.
Next time you just answer, "Well, this is the FBI. I don't think you want to see us."
Well, you could also say that I'm a dude, and
I mean,
you're gay.
I don't know if that would have worked, because whenever I texted him, he'd be like, "Oh, baby, stop playing with me. Come on, just one more time." I'd be like, dude,
Just say, dude, I'm a dude.
Not her.
I'm gay.
I'm a guy. I just got this new number. Who dis? And he wasn't going for that. It took a voicemail of angry me for him to get it. Like, oh shit! I sent a bunch of booty call texts to some random dude. I would have loved to have been there when he got the voicemail and seen the look on his face as he listened to angry me telling him.
Or here's a better idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell him you were gay.
So no. Well, there would be that.
No,
But maybe he would like that.
that was not necessary.
So what you do is you meet at a bar where you know the bouncer is a big guy. And we says, "Okay, I'll meet you at the bar, and here's where I'll be. I'll be at the end stool. Or sit at the end stool at the bar, right? And you
Right.
have to kind of know it's, right next to the taps for the Long Island Red or whatever. And then tell the bouncer, hey, there's this guy that's been harassing everybody. He's sitting at that seat. Just kick his ass out."
I'll keep that in mind for future issues. But knock on wood, I've not had a problem since with booty call texts.
Sure. Well, and you're not working for them anymore.
Yeah,
So you
I got
surrendered your phone.
I got my own number, and no booty calls been coming there.
Hot dog.
Not from guys, anyways. Well, not from anyone. Not that I need booty calls anymore.
So, but Venison has this problem. Maybe he can work something into that.
Like what?
Wait, Venice.
I don't know, man. You've been listening.
Wait,
There've been some ideas
are
floating
you
around.
suggesting Venison needs booty calls? I don't. What?
What?
What problem is?
Well,
Venison
treat
at?
it like it's a booty call.
Oh, he's got the 5-digit calls. Yes. Can you text
Right.
the number back?
Try it.
Maybe I'll try it.
And then if we could text the number back, can you take a selfie in a string bikini and send them that?
Oh. Oh.
That'll stop it.
Definitely.
Oh my God.
Now don't send it here. Whatever you do not send it here.
Yeah, I sent something interesting to someone on Facebook by private messenger because of a post he made. And it said, "I got a better pick."
Oh no.
Yeah. It's a hentai of the Lion King.
Well,
Okay, well, I gotta have to go. I got a couple of things I gotta get done before it gets dark.
okay. Well, you have fun. And what have you learned?
Oh, there's so much. So much. So Fries is in trouble, I guess. What are we going to do since Radio Shack is gone and Fry was the go-to place. I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, I mean, I think my first clue that there was something up with Fry's is when they like completely redid the layout of the store, but they didn't move the signs around. Over a year later,
wow.
the signs still don't line up with the departments. And I don't mean like,
Right.
you know, like
Yeah, but which one were you going to? The Fremont store?
that was the Fremont store. The Fremont store has had all these signs hanging up that are completely wrong for over a year.
I'm thinking of stopping in a Fremont store to see if they're as bad as the Concord store.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that, and
I'll do the research.
Let us know
and
next
report
week.
back.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in.
Okay, we'll see you.
7-4. And it was our very own Brian Blues.
Ah, shit. Now he decides to leave.
And now it's just us to carry the last hour.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the latest weather picture.
Yeah, weather
Yeah,
bad for breathing.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Sunday, when you were driving back, did you run into any weather?
There were some sprinkles in Connecticut, but not any heavy rain really.
Really?
Yeah, just some sprinkles. Maybe there was a portion of shower that I had the wipers on constantly, but it wasn't a downpour.
About what time was this?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. I left New Jersey at around 4, and I got in at about 9:30. So somewhere between there. So
it might have passed by then. Because New York City got hammered yesterday.
I avoid. I take the Parkway up to the Tappan Zee.
Oh, you would have got there too. Once you cross the Tappan Zee and got on 95. But still,
I didn't take 95 because like 95 through Connecticut takes you through all the nice, lovely seashore towns that are going to give you lots of shore traffic. So I took
Yonkers.
I took 684 to 84 to 691 to 91 to Connecticut 3 to Connecticut 2 to 395 to US 6 to 295, and that brought me to my neck of the woods.
And 34 and 75. Okay.
Bingo!
Yeah. Because
Hike!
I was looking at the radar. First of all, I got woken up yesterday at 5 p.m. because, I overslept. I fell asleep, took a nap, and got woken up to boom. It was like, what the fuck happened? Look at the radar, and there it was. Big ass severe storm. Our alarms are going off, and I opened the back door, look out the window, and I saw it. Huge black clouds. Lightning all through them. Thank God the shields the shields worked because I was on the very northern edge, just enough to see it, but didn't feel it. But we got wind. Got some of the wind from it. Wow, that was fucked up. But then I sat there for a while, for about a half an hour, till it got out of the area, and just for the hell of it, I I hit the radar for New York City, and I saw what they got. They got something too. All you saw was big red and brown spot over Manhattan. And it stayed there for about a good half hour, 45 minutes. They got hammered.
Let's see. I think I was, I might have been on 84 by the time I started getting some sprinkles. So I would have been somewhere between Danbury and Waterbury. So maybe I was just a bit north of it.
Yeah, because the northern edge of that line did go into Connecticut. I don't know how far, but it did go. It did reach Connecticut.
Yeah, I pretty much just got sprinkles. And I guess I lucked out. I got in some. There was some good weather at the shore. Well, I mean, it wasn't great weather, but it was good enough to go in for a swim. So I got a nice good dip in the ocean yesterday.
And you didn't get eaten.
Oh, the sharks don't come to Lavalette.
Yeah, that's what they hope you think.
We send them down to Seaside. They know where the tasty ones are.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Yeah, I did that once down there. 95 degrees on Memorial Day. You know what? It doesn't matter how hot it is outside around Memorial Day. If you step into that water, frostbite. You will get, what's the word they use for that? I forgot.
No, the weather's been nice. The water was nice yesterday at Lavalette. It was, got in nice and warm. I mean, it's
Yeah, because August.
Oh yeah, that helps.
That helps a lot. It's still, you go in there for about 5 minutes, then come back out, and then go back to the boardwalk. Half an hour later, when you're sweat like a pig, you go back, get into the water.
Yeah, no, I do remember some days like that. Because, well, the thing is the temperature of the water probably has more to do with the currents than it does with the weather. And there was one year that it was like 90, 100-degree weather, and some cold water had come through. And, those are the days where you go in the water till you couldn't stand it anymore, and then you got out of the water till you couldn't stand it anymore, and then you went into the water until you couldn't stand it anymore. And just rinse, lather, repeat. And that was how, and then you go back to the house and put on the window air conditioning unit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like I said, that was summer.
And then wait for the power to go out because everyone and their mother's turning on their air conditioner and they don't have the power lines to handle it.
Typical.
Oh, that's since been resolved. We haven't had power failures on Lavalette, knock on wood, in quite many years now.
And the Weather Bureau screwed up again. They said, possibility of thunder showers today. No. It's been clear all day. And not only that, you look at this, you zoom out the map to look at the rest of the country, not a thing in the entire country except the border of Maine and Canada and, New Orleans to the Panhandle. That they had some stuff on off the coast. But other than that, the whole country was dry. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Weird. But unfortunately, why they picked it? Well, I guess they had to pick today. The roofers came by at 9 o'clock in the morning. I went to bed at 4. Yeah, that worked out real good with them stomping around, slamming, dropping stuff that I swear when it came through the roof, nothing but constant noise and banging and hammering and stripping and sawing until about 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a good mood.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. So, anyways, an interesting FedEx experience this week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, I come home. Well, actually, it was Friday. Come home from work, and Kristen is like, FedEx tried to deliver a package today, and of course, in typical FedEx style, they knock on the door, don't wait for anyone to answer it, and leave